I may or may not have bought some yarn. Welcome to Little Hamster Crochet. My name is Helena and I was supposed to be on a yarn ban. Please don't yell at me. If you haven't watched last month's installment of these videos, I put myself on a yarn ban until my birthday in September. Because I know I'm gonna go crazy and buy lots of yarn anyway, so I might as well not do that until then. However, last month I unexpectedly sold a lot of pride bandanas and I desperately needed yarn to restock, so I did. Now, Pride Month is over, but every month is Pride Month in this house and I want to always have them available just in case. So I did buy yarn for that. Now, at the end of the last video of last month, we had 10,424 grams. So that's technically what we're starting with, but the first thing we have to do is add in the yarn haul. So that sucks. But that's going to be our first order of business today. Okay, so I've put my yarn haul into my Notion system and I added 900 grams. Oops. That means that all the work we did last month is gone. Whoops. Our new total is 11,324, which is slightly more than we started with last month. It is what it is. I better get to making something real fast. Alright, I think that's where I'm gonna call it for today. I made a rainbow bandana restock, which used 21 grams of yarn. And I also made a non-binary pride bandana restock, which used 18 grams. It used 18 grams on paper, but in reality, I think it was a little different. But then the numbers say 18, so we're gonna say 18. And that means that our new total is 11,284 grams. Hey there, it is the 6th of July today. Since I last talked to you, I have made a black bandana, which used 24 grams, and a white granny stitch bucket hat, which used 100 grams. So our new total right now is 11,160 grams. Hey, how y'all doing? It's the 22nd of July. A lot of things happened. First and foremost, my wrists and hands have been not super happy, which I think might be tied into the fact that we have had the most horrible heat wave. It has been terrible. It got up to like 32 degrees or something. No, that's too hot. It's very rare to have air conditioning in your house in the fine land of Norway. Yeah, I was basically useless for quite a while because I couldn't do anything. It was so hot. Also, I got super into Disney Dreamlight Valley. A lot of things that it doesn't matter. I am here to tell you that I made yet another bucket hat, this time in a sage green color, and this used 100 grams of yarn. And also, hold on, hold on. Also, if you remember last month, I think it was, I finished a pink t-shirt, and that t-shirt is cursed, pretty much. And I wanted to use the yarn, but I can't figure out what to do with it. And I tried a couple things, and it hurt. The yarn is cursed, okay? I don't know what to tell you. I don't wanna mess with it anymore. I'm letting go of the negativity, okay? My mom wants the yarn, so I'm gonna give it to her. if you don't remember, it's this guy from Hobby. It is a 2-weight, which I haven't really used before, so that might be the problem. It is 50% cotton and 50% linen, and I don't want it anymore. So I'm gonna give it away, and that means that we are gonna go down an additional 215 grams, which is pretty nice. 215 grams to 0. And that means that we are now down to 10,845. Not too bad. It feels good to be down to the 10,000s again. Yeah, I haven't really been doing much else in terms of crochet or knitting. If I finished knitting my sweater, I would have well, okay. If I finished knitting my sweater, I would have a chunk that I could take off. And I have 1.5 sleeve left. But you know what I don't want to do when it is 30 degrees outside? Knit a sweater in acrylic yarn. So that hasn't been happening. But I'm slowly getting back into the crochet swing. This might be a bit of a shorter video. Sorry? ? But I'm gonna try to get a little bit more done, hopefully. And if I do, you will know. Hi. Don't be scared. It's still me. I just cut my hair super short. It is the 25th of July, and I made a lesbian pride bandana because I sold one, so this is a restock. I decided to try adding one more row. You probably can't even tell, but I added one more of the dark orange. Looks pretty much exactly the same, but hopefully it might like fit a little better. Yeah, because now it kind of like actually goes down to your ears, and then it hangs back a little bit further. And since I did add that one row, usually they take around like 25 grams, but this one took 33. And it's not a big change, but that does mean that we now have 10,822 grams of yarn. The only other update I have really is that it is still crazy hot. Case in point, I chopped all my hair off because it's so hot. My wrists are like a little bit better, but also it comes and goes, sort of. So I'm just taking it easy. Spending my wrist time wisely. That doesn't sound good. Hopefully, I'll get some more crocheting done this month. And if I do, you will know. Just kidding, I'm back. I saw this yarn sitting on my desk, and I realized I haven't finished this project yet, but I've finished using this yarn. The crochet part with this yarn is done. So I think I'm gonna count it, because why not? This is Rainbow 88 cotton Hobby, obviously. And this is the color 4, which is called beige, because it's in fact beige. So this is a full skein, 50 grams. And then we're gonna go ahead and weigh this one and see. I bought 3 skeins, so one of them is completely gone. This one has 41, which means I used 59 grams. Math is not my strong suit. Don't bully me. So we now have 91 grams left of that one. And that means our yarn is actually at 10,763 for today. I think. I don't think I'm gonna crochet enough, at least tonight, that I'll be able to finish a whole project. So that's probably it for today. Good morning, friends. Well, I've started my summer vacation, so I slept in quite severely, so morning might be pushing it. Today's the 27th, and funny story, when I made this, I was like, oh, it actually looks exactly the same. 'Cause it is. I added an extra row of the dark orange, but then I took out a row of the darker pink. So it's exactly the same size. Oops, I guess. So because of that, I wanted to make another one in just a solid color so that I could take measurements and everything and make it bigger. When I tried to make it one row bigger, the scallops weren't really working out, and I didn't have the energy to try and do the math on how that would work out. Yeah, so I just did the normal amount of rows. It's really pretty though. This is the color Mauve. Friends Cotton 84 Mauve. Hobby. So now I have this, which is good. I mean, I've been selling the bandanas, and I think one person told me once that they were too small, but she also said that she had like really big curly hair. Haven't heard anything from anyone else. So I guess we're just gonna call it good there. But this one used 21 grams of yarn, which means we now have 10,742 grams of yarn. I've had to be careful with my wrist still. So this took me all day yesterday because I took a lot of breaks. And I'm feeling better, but I'm trying not to push myself too hard, which is very hard because I just want to crochet all the time. But I'm trying to be good. Yep, if I finish anything else, you will know. Well, happy August. Oopsies. The last little bit of housekeeping yesterday, I made this, which is a little flower scrunchy hair accessory thing. Basically, you're supposed to put it just on top of your bun or your ponytail or something. You know, you've seen them. But somehow I weighed up my yarn and it weighed the exact same thing. So I technically didn't use any yarn, which is weird. This thing in and of itself weighs 9 grams, and I don't think the hair tie in there weighs 9 grams. So I don't know what happened, but I guess nothing came out of this, but I did make it, so here it is. Also, you know the story. Sold one, made one. By Pride bandana. This one used, haven't even pulled up my Notion, I'm so unprepared. This one used 26 grams of yarn. I actually almost finished it and then I had to frog back. So that was fun. Oh, my hair is a little unruly today. Forgive me. Okay, so let's do the roundup of the month. We already know it's not going to be great, right? Because of my yarn haul. We left off last month and started this month with 10,424 grams of yarn. I should move so you can see it here. 10,424 grams. And we are currently sitting at 10,706 grams. So obviously we kind of went the wrong way. However, if my calculations are correct, and they very well may not be, it seems I've used about 600 grams of yarn this month. How does that make sense? Actually, I redid my math, or my math was correct. I just forgot that I gave away that pink yarn, which was 215 grams, which means that I used 403 grams, which still sounds like a lot, but sounds more reasonable. This is why I need to stop buying yarn, because when I add anything, I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. What I know for sure is that I currently have 10,706 grams. And that's honestly better than I expected, especially for a month where I feel like I didn't really do like any crochet, pretty much. Obviously I did, just doesn't feel like it. Oh wait, I made 2 bucket hats. Those are 100 grams each, so that's half of it right there. And it seems likely that I've made 200 grams worth of bandanas. Does it though? That's like 8 bandanas. Anyway, I don't know. I'm very confused. Math and all that. All the confusion aside, I currently have 10,706 grams of yarn, which could have been a lot worse since I added 900 grams. So that means that by using what I did and giving away what I did, I pretty much only have like 300 grams left of my yarn haul. So I did like 2/3 of that immediately, which is great. Love that for me. I am, however, very aware that August is pretty much the last full month of yarn ban, which is kind of funny to say because I literally bought yarn last month. You know, but that was necessary yarn, mostly. And then I will continue in September as well, because my birthday isn't until the 24th. So my yarn would arrive at like the very end of September, probably. Maybe even the start of October. I'll keep going with these videos if you like them. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because I'm gonna do this next month too. And feel free to leave me a comment with any other suggestions of what kind of videos you want to see from me. And with that, I'm gonna go. Bye, friends.